People always ask, how did you not see the signs? And I understand why people ask that. Because from the outside, it's always easier to see things clearly. From the outside, it's easy to point and say, that was the moment you should have left. That was the warning, that was the red flag. But when you're in it, when you're living it, it doesn't always feel like a red flag at first. Sometimes it feels like love. Sometimes it feels like passion. Sometimes it feels like someone just cares about you so much that they just lose control a little bit. At least that's what I told myself. My name is Jane, and this is my story. It started in the most ordinary way, an ice cream parlor. I know it sounds ridiculous now, like something out of one of those sweet romantic films where everything is soft lighting and background music and fate somehow smells like vanilla. Yeah, that's how it happened. I went there after work, and I remember I was tired. Not sad, not happy, just tired. Like the kind of tired where you don't really want to go home yet, but you don't really know where else to go. So I stopped for ice cream. I ordered my usual, nothing special, just something to make the day feel less heavy. I stood by the counter scrolling on my phone, half listening for my name. And then the girl behind the counter, she called my name, she said, Jane. And at the exact same moment that I stepped forward, this man stepped forward too. Jay. His name was Jay. He thought she'd called his name, so we both reached for the cup at the same time. His hand touched the cup, then mine did, and we both just froze for a second. I looked at him, he looked at me, and then we looked at the cup and said, yeah, I think this one might be yours. And we laughed. Not a loud laugh, just one of those awkward little laughs that people do when they don't really know what else to do. But then he smiled. And I remember thinking he had such a warm smile. The kind of smile that made you feel like maybe the universe has just stopped for a second to let you breathe. And then he apologized, even though he had nothing to apologize for. And he said, well, since I already tried to steal your ice cream, maybe I should make it up to you. Do you want to sit together? And I don't know why I said yes. I wasn't the type to do that. I wasn't the girl who sat with random strangers in ice cream parlors, but God, there was something about him, something calm, something easy. So I said yes, and that was the beginning. You know, Jay was sweet, he was kind, he was attentive in a way that I'd never experienced before. He would remember little things like if I said I liked a song, he would send it to me later. If I said I was tired, he would ask me if I'd eaten. If I mentioned I wanted something, like even casually, he would remember it. It felt pure at first. That's the only word I can use to describe it, pure. And he made me feel seen. After that day, we spent almost every day together. It was fast, too fast maybe, but when something feels good, you don't question the speed. You just think, well, finally, something good is We went for walks, we stayed up late talking, we drove with no destination, we ate in his car, we made plans. He made me feel like I was a part of something bigger. And slowly, without realizing it, my life started wrapping itself around him. There weren't red flags immediately, not obvious ones. Like, Jay was never aggressive towards me in the beginning. But yeah, there were moments, small moments I didn't really know what to do with, like his road rage. Like, at first I just told myself it was normal, like lots of people get frustrated when they drive. But with Jay, it was different. Like, if someone would cut him off, his whole face would change, his voice would drop, his hands would like grip the steering wheel, and he'd start shouting things that just felt too big for what had actually happened. If someone like accidentally bumped into him, he would react as if they had just disrespected his entire existence. A waiter taking too long, a man looking at him for a second too long, a cashier making a mistake, small things, tiny things. But his reaction was never tiny. And even though it was never directed at me, I felt it. I felt the shift. The temperature in the room would change. I would go quiet without meaning to. I started learning his moves before I even realized I was learning them. When his jaw would stiffen, or when his voice would change, or when he would be silent. About 6 months in, we had our first real argument. It was over Instagram. Something so stupid, something so small. I was still following my ex-boyfriend's brother. That was it. Not my ex, his brother. Jay saw it and his whole mood shifted. Like, at first I thought he was joking, and he asked me, like, why are you still following him? And I was like, I don't know, I just never unfollowed him. That should have been the end of that, but it wasn't. Jay kept asking, kept pushing, kept making it bigger. And then he said something that I'll never forget. He said, if you don't unfollow him and block him, I will sort him out myself. And I remember thinking, what does that even mean? Like, and I asked him, I said, why are you acting like this? And he just got angrier. He said he was gonna hurt him. He said that I was disrespecting him. He said that I was making him look stupid. And I just sat there trying to find the man that I'd met in the ice cream parlor, but he wasn't there, he was gone. And this was someone that I didn't recognize. I unfollowed him, not because I agreed, not because I thought Jay was right, but I did it because I wanted peace. And that was the first time I made myself smaller to calm him down. And that's how it starts sometimes. Not with something dramatic, not with someone hitting you. Sometimes it just starts with you choosing silence because speaking makes things worse. Sometimes it starts with you thinking, it's easier if I just do what he wants. After that, things went back to normal, or kind of. He apologized, he was sweet again, he bought me food, he told me he loved me, but something had shifted. Maybe because I was scared of him. Maybe because I was finally seeing him clearly. I don't know. All I know is I didn't feel safe in the same way, right? And then other things started changing. He started getting more distant. We saw each other less. We talked less. His replies got slower and his excuses got better. And I started to feel that maybe there was someone else. But I didn't have any proof, just feelings. And that's the hard thing with feelings, right? Is that people can make you feel crazy for having them. Every time I brought it up, we'd just get into a fight. He would say that I was being insecure, that I was just starting drama, that I was ruining things. So eventually I stopped asking. We started fighting more than we smiled, and I just remember thinking, how did we get here? How did we get from laughing over ice cream to this? And then March came, and I found out I was pregnant. I remember staring at the test as if it was written in a different language. 2 lines, clear as day. And then everything just got loud. My heartbeat, the bathroom lights, the silence. I didn't tell him at first. I couldn't. Not because I was trying to hide it, but because I didn't know how I felt. I didn't know if I was ready. I didn't know if I wanted to keep the baby. I didn't know what kind of mother I was going to be, and I didn't know if I wanted to be tied to him forever. So I sat with it for days, then weeks. I would wake up and remember. I would be brushing my teeth and remember I'd be sat in the office and suddenly feel this wave of fear and love and confusion all at once. But slowly, I decided I wanted to keep my baby. I was scared, but I wanted my baby. And so I told him. And that's when things spiraled. He didn't cry, he didn't ask me if I was okay, he didn't hold me. He just looked at me as if I'd done something disgusting. And then he said, "You need to get rid of it." Just like that. Not, "Are you okay?" Not, "What do you want to do?" Not, "Let's talk." It's just, "You need to get rid of it." And I told him I wasn't sure if I could do that. I told him that I wanted to keep the baby. And that was when I saw a side of him that I had never seen before. The moments that he'd been angry before were bad, right? But this was different. This was rage. This was pure rage. He started shouting at me. He started calling me names. Started saying that I'd ruined his life, that I was trying to trap him. He said he wanted nothing to do with me and the baby. And I just sat there trying to recognize him, trying to find the man who once smiled at me over melted ice cream. Yeah, but that man was gone. Or maybe he never really existed. Or maybe that version of him only existed at the beginning of the story. It wasn't the truth of it, you know? I left and we didn't see each other for months. But leaving didn't mean that it ended. His family started calling me. His mom, other relatives' numbers I didn't recognize. They called and called. They left voice notes, vile ones, threatening ones. Messages saying that I had ruined his life, that I was gonna regret it, that I didn't know who I was dealing with. And Jay left voice notes too.
You are trying to ruin my life, and I promise you'll pay for this. You are disgusting and you are filth. You are trying to trap me. You and your family will never be safe. You will never, ever be safe.
Threatening me, threatening my family. And they would come at all hours, morning, night, middle of the night. I would wake up to voice notes, missed calls, blocked numbers, new numbers. So I blocked everyone, but then they just found another way, and I felt hunted. And the worst part was the guilt, because this wasn't just about me anymore. This was now about my family. One night, a brick came through the window of my family home. Sorry, just... yeah. There was glass everywhere. My family were terrified. The police came and statements were made. But there was no proof. No proof it was him, no proof it was them. And without proof, everything becomes a question. And I started to feel like I had brought danger to my family's doorstep because I wanted to keep my baby. So I blocked everyone on everything. Every number, every account, every possible way in. And then silence. There was nothing. No text, no messages, no threats, nothing for months, almost 5 months. And at first I didn't trust it. Every sound outside my house made me jump. Every unknown number made me feel like my stomach was gonna drop. But slowly, I started to breathe again. I started preparing. I bought little things, baby clothes, little socks, blankets. I started imagining a life, not an easy one, but mine, ours, you know? I used to, sorry. I used to talk to my baby at night. I would put my hand on my stomach and I would say, I've got you. It's okay. And I meant it. I really meant it. For the first time in months, I felt like I could see a future. Not the one I'd planned, but still a future. Then one night I went out to buy things for the baby shower. I remember it wasn't late, but it was dark. I remember carrying the bags, little decorations, just small bits for the table. Things that probably didn't even matter, but at the time felt important. I was walking home, and I remember I was tired but happy. That quiet kind of happy, the kind of happy that you don't want to say out loud in case the world hears and takes it away from you. And then two men came out of nowhere, masks on. I didn't even have time to scream properly. They came out of the bushes. One grabbed me, one hit me. I fell, and then they just started kicking. I remember I curled up on the floor, my hands over my stomach, just begging, please. I kept saying, please, please, I'm pregnant, please. But they just kept going. They didn't stop. And then they just ran off. Just like that. Like I was nothing. Like my baby was nothing. Like our lives were something they could just leave on the pavement. I lost my baby. People say that word lost like you misplaced something, like it wandered away, but I didn't lose my baby. My baby was taken from me. And that is a pain that I can't even begin to put into words. No sentence can hold it. No version of me survived that night unchanged. I went into that pregnancy unsure, confused, scared, but by the time that my baby was taken from me, I loved them with everything that I had. I had made room for them, you know, in my life, in my heart, in my future. But then that future was gone. You know, I still think about that day in the ice cream parlor. How strange is that? After everything, I still think about that day. The laugh, the smile, the way he reached for the wrong cup. I think about how stories can begin so softly. How danger doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it looks like charm. Sometimes it looks like concern. Sometimes it holds your hand before it ever raises its voice. You know, sometimes the first red flag isn't what someone does to you. It's what they do around you, how they treat strangers, how they react to inconvenience, how quickly their anger fills the room. I know that now. I wish I knew it then. I am not telling this story because I want pity. I'm telling it because there might be someone watching who is where I was, explaining away the anger, calling control love, keeping the peace by losing pieces of herself. And if that's you, please listen to me. You do not have to wait until the worst thing happens to you. You do not have to have proof that someone is dangerous before you are allowed to leave them. Fear is enough. That feeling in your gut that something is wrong is enough. The way your voice disappears around them is enough. I'm still broken in places that I can't even begin to name. Some days I'm angry, some days I am numb, some days I feel guilty that I survived what my baby didn't. But I'm here. And I am telling the truth because my baby existed. Even if the world never got to meet them, they existed and they were loved. And they deserved better. So did I. So do you.